Accepted for value, return for value. Let's talk about it. All right, A for V, R for V. Accepted for value is a very unique type of restrictive endorsement that is put on an instrument to try to get the end results of discharging or acquitting yourself of some type of legal obligation, or you're a U.S. citizen. And this has been ongoing for a very, very long time, this type of teaching about accepting for value and returning for value. Essentially, what you're doing is you're putting a 45-degree angle endorsement on an instrument that says you are accepting that this instrument has value because there is no such thing as lawful money. And then you put the social security number of the U.S. citizen on there, and you're saying exempt from levy, return to the Treasury for set-off, settlement, and closure, and basically, and then saying that's it, you're done. And it's very, very lacking in understanding. The U.S. citizen is not exempt from levy. And when you're trying to put a social security number on there and saying that that's your exemption ID, we are not authorized to use the social security number in that manner. The social security number is the linchpin that basically says anybody who uses it is a federal employee, because it is a federal benefits program that if you are engaged in that type of number, that is what you are accessing. And we are not authorized to access funds through the public side of the social security number in that manner. You are not authorized to try to pay by using the social security number and the one letter on the back as the Federal Reserve Bank either. You will be able to pay for something, but it will only work for a couple of weeks, and then it will get returned as unpaid because you're not authorized to set off debt in that manner. The accepted for value, return for value process has about a 2 to 3% success rate, and most of the success is handled through the IRS. And the success is based off the fact that you are enforcing a procedure saying that you cannot collect this debt because I'm accepting it for value and returning it to the Treasury. When the GGT through the alien property custodian is the proper way to handle stuff in an acceptance manner. You do a grantee acceptance on the instrument. That is staying in honor, and you are turning around and being the grantor and creating a trust to the alien property custodian. Your best case scenario with your A for V, R for V typically results in you trying to enforce a procedure that is improper, and if you continue to stay on your stance, usually whoever leaves the battlefield first is the loser, and that's a maximum law. So you can get in a chicken match between someone else. Basically, they'll keep collecting and ignoring whatever A for V, R for V that you've done, and you can keep standing on the stance that I've already set off the debt, and then y'all just continue into a dance forever. If the creditor ever takes you to court, at least you can have proof that you've started an administrative procedure, and unless you do the proper closure, then it's still an opened book, which they can try to keep collecting on. There are some people that try to teach you to do an A for V, R for V on the birth certificate, which is not your property, that is state's property, and it is about as effective as trying to do an A for V, R for V on your certificate of car title. It's just a certificate of a title. It's not real title to property.